Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is now in theaters, and once again, Tom Cruise is trying to kill himself for our entertainment. Welcome back to Movies Good, Internet Bad. I'm Cory, and that's nope, just kidding. Shane is on assignment riding roller coasters at Universal's newest theme park, so let's all feel real bad for him in the comments. Let's just dive right into it. This movie, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, it is a beautiful mess, as I put in the title and the thumbnail. And I don't mean that in a completely negative way. It feels like it's almost two different films smashed into one, which makes a lot of sense because it has a 2 hour and 49-minute runtime. The first half of it is the part that didn't really click for me. The script is very messy. It's very dense. There is a ton of exposition, and it almost kind of felt like the script was being written on the fly. It's not quite The Rise of Skywalker bad in that way, but it definitely feels like maybe it needed a polish or two before going into production. That being said, though, the second half of the film, the movie just finds another gear to go into. It really clicks. The action set pieces in the second half of the film are some of the best ever put to film, I would argue. And it absolutely delivered, which is good, because that's what came after the stuff that wasn't so good. And it leaves you thinking more about that than the stuff that happened in the beginning of the film. So, acting wise, I mean, Tom Cruise, Mr. Movies, the president of cinema, popcorn connoisseur of the millennium, you're getting exactly what you expect from him. He brings the feels when he needs to. He makes ridiculously good eye contact with his co-stars, and when the stunts call for it, the man is an absolute maniac. Just really legendary stuff. These 8 Mission Impossible movies plus the Top Gun stuff, just a ridiculous body of work in the action blockbuster space. And all of that's not possible without all of his bit players. So Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Pom Klementif, Haley Atwell, Charles Parnell, Hannah Waddingham is in this movie. Tremel Tillman, who is Milchick from Severance. Go watch our Severance videos. They're awesome. He's fantastic in a small role in the film. Really excited to kind of see where his career goes from here. But everybody that's in the cast, they understand what their assignment is, and they're there to support Tom Cruise and Ethan Hunt on his journey to save the world yet again. Directing wise, Christopher McQuarrie is here. He directed the last 3 Mission Impossible movies as well as this one. So Rogue Nation, Fallout, Dead Reckoning, and now Final Reckoning. The man knows how to direct action. We all talk up Tom Cruise for being the maniac that he is, but someone needs to be the captain of the ship when it comes to making this stuff happen. Where does the camera get placed? What is the idea behind the shot? How do we get there? Where are we looking? How's the lighting? All that kind of stuff. Christopher McQuarrie is that guy, and he does a terrific job, especially in the second half. Like I said, the first half a little bit messy, but the second half, man, that action stuff just really really hits. Music wise, maybe not my favorite Mission Impossible score of all time, which is okay. I do think that the scores for Fallout and Dead Reckoning were quite a bit better, but that doesn't really do anything negative to the film, especially because a good chunk of the action sequences don't even really have much music going on in them, and if they do, they're kind of lower rumbling tones. So no harm, no foul there. But when it comes to the visuals, I saw this movie very big. I saw it on the IMAX screen. I would recommend doing the same if I were you and if you have that option available to you. About 45 minutes of that runtime expands to a 1.90 aspect ratio. So it takes up every inch of a standard non 143 IMAX screen. And when it does, it's very very immersive. It really puts you right in the action, and I don't know if they use different cameras for those scenes as compared to the rest of the film, but the clarity and the sharpness and everything is just, it's exactly why you go to the movies. You want to go there, you want to get a big ass bowl of popcorn, a giant soda, and just live the American dream while Tom Cruise tries to commit suicide on camera. It's a really great time. I wouldn't wait to watch it on streaming. When it goes on streaming, I think it'll be on Paramount Plus, which is not the best streaming service to begin with. So if there are only a handful of movies that you want to see this summer, I would say this is probably one of the ones to go check out. Without spoiling too much, if you're catching up on the older films before going to see this one, I'd prioritize Mission Impossible 1, Mission Impossible 3, and then Mission Impossible 7, which is Dead Reckoning. Those are the three that play the most into the plot of this film. So there you have it. That is my review of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Definitely recommend going and checking it out in a theater. But would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Drop us a line below and let us know what you thought of the film, if you're planning on seeing it this Memorial Day weekend, or if you're going the Lilo and Stitch route. We're looking at a really big box office between those two films. Would love to hear your thoughts. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out some of our other videos. We're covering season 2 of The Last of Us. The finale is this weekend. We covered all of season 2 of Andor, Marvel's Thunderbolts, and now that we're heading into the summer movie season, we've got Mission Impossible here, Fantastic Four, Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, Materialists, Weapons. There are a lot of big movies coming out, and we're going to try to tackle them all. So be on the lookout for all of that and so much more. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.